My name is Paulina. I am web analyst at Fortuna Entertainment Group, and today I'll be talking about quite an interesting topic, which is gamification and how it works in Fortuna from the data perspective. But first, let me briefly introduce a company. So Fortuna Entertainment Group is the largest betting operator in Central Europe. We operate in 5 markets, which is Czech Republic, Slovakia, Poland, Romania, and Croatia. We are known under 3 consumer brands: Fortuna, that many of you know, Kasapi in Romania, and PSK in Croatia. Now, more than 6,000 people work with us in 6 different countries, 5 countries which are our 5 markets, and also our BI team, which is located in Hyderabad, India. We have almost 2 million active users as of 2021, and our biggest products are sportsbook and online casino. And we also offer other products such as lottery or virtual sports. And since customer is our priority, we are constantly investing into the new products. And one of the most recent improvements is the implementation of gamification widget into our online casino. But let's start from scratch. So the agenda is really simple. It has 4 questions. What is gamification? Why is it working? Who is using it, and how we do it in Fortuna. Now, so straight to the first question. And here it's important to say what gamification is not. And it's not only about games, because the primary mission of any game is to entertain players, while gamification engages players on emotional level in order to motivate them to use the product. So the official definition of gamification, according to Oxford Dictionary, and if you just Google it, is the application of typical elements of game playing, for example, point scoring, competition with others, rules of play, to other areas of activity, typically as an online marketing technique to encourage engagement with the product or service. Now, the word gamification appeared not so long ago, but the concept is not new at all. It has existed in many areas of our lives way before there was a word for it. And actually, if you remember Mary Poppins, she actually summed up gamification quite nicely in the movie of 1964 by saying, in every job that must be done, there is an element of fun. You find the fun, and snap, the job's a game. She was saying it to the children because she wanted to motivate them to clean the room. Now, the term gamification is considered to be firstly coined in 2002 by the British programmer and inventor of many computer games, Nick Pelling. But it didn't get much recognition until 2010, which was the year of the rise of social networking, and that's when the gaming elements started to be incorporated into the social networks. And since then, the interest in gamification has grown drastically, as you can see from Google Trends graph, reaching its highest popularity in March this year. According to Research and Markets, the global gamification market size in 2020 was $9.1 billion. And it is estimated to reach $30 billion by year 2025. Now, why is it working? So actually, it's all about the dopamine, which is the chemical element in our brains. And people love rewards. People love the sense of achievement. So when you give it to them, it triggers this dopamine, which is also associated with happy emotions, and most importantly, motivation and interest to continue. And it's actually really beneficial for the businesses because it leads to positive user experience and hence better engagement and loyalty to the product. well, now, who is using it then? Actually, just about everyone. Even if you go to the coffee shop and you receive a stamp for buying the coffee, it's also like a simplest form of gamification. But let's take a look at some other examples. Now, in the present time, gamification is being applied to a variety of sectors. So take, for example, health and wellness. And you run in the park, and after you run, you receive notification from Strava that you won a golden badge and that you were the fastest runner in this park today. So it motivates you to go to the park tomorrow and to be the fastest runner again, and to be in the leaderboards and compete with your friends. Education. Everybody knows Duolingo. And it's all about making you feel that you are getting closer and closer to your goal with all those progress bars and levels. And also the streaks. The longer the streak, the more pressure you feel not to break it. Food and beverage. Starbucks gamified the whole coffee buying experience. So when I go and buy my pumpkin spice latte, I gain the stars, and I can exchange the stars for an extra cup of pumpkin spice latte and actually some customized offers, because Starbucks, through data, can predict that tomorrow I will also buy pumpkin spice latte, so it will reward me for buying it with the sandwich. But I also want to point out the sector of online casinos for the obvious reasons. So the sector itself is relatively new, but it's been running profitably for the past decade or so. And it actually is one of the fastest growing sectors in the world right now. But the question is, how many more casinos can the business support until the redundancy occurs? So to keep the sector alive and well, you always need to have the fresh ideas and strategies to always be the best of the best and to keep the business profitable. So that's where gamification comes in, because gamified casino becomes automatically much more interesting for player than the classic one. And the benefits can be divided into two groups. What is beneficial for the player, and what is beneficial for casino. So for the player, the gamification brings a lot of fun to the table. A well-gamified casino means more rewards and even more exciting gameplay. And it actually all gives the player feeling that his money are well spent. And he might not win in casino, but he won the reward, so it's cool. And for casino instead, that means better engagement. And better engagement naturally boosts player retention. And this is actually essential for any casino because there are so many options to choose from. And retention means loyalty. And so the loyalty makes the casino rank higher in the charts, and it instead brings the new players. So it's a win-win situation for everyone. So finally, how Fortuna does it. We developed gamification widget with the infrastructure coming from the third-party provider. And the whole solution can be seen as a loop. So this is a simple example. The player make a stake, he spin on casino, achieve the badge, receive the coins for the badge, and exchange the coins in the bonus shop to buy free spins, and then he spin again. But you have to make it somehow interesting. So this is the example of strategy from our Slovak market. They come up with the weekly challenges, and each challenge has 3 mini challenges inside of it, with a total of 15 games. All the challenges have different themes, and they are also tier-based, so you always progress from the bronze level to the silver level, and from the silver level to the golden one. And you receive more coins with each level. Now, it's important to say that we cannot give away the random amount of coins and any amount of respins we want, that would be a great risk for the company. And this is, by the way, is the design of the widget. So you choose the challenge, you click on it, you see the rules, and you see what games you have to play to gain these coins. So regarding the risk, we did the pre-analysis. We took historical data to calculate the average stake per game, per user that would be in the challenge, so we could set up the difficulty of the challenge. And also, with the help of margins, we calculated how much can be reinvested, meaning how much someone can get in return for staking the desired amount. Now, the widget is launched, and it's running on the provider side. So we need to somehow get the data. And that's where we used webhooks. Now, it might not be very clear for you, but most of you know what is API. And for those who might not, API is an application programming interface which enables communication between two applications, which is based on requests. So you request something from the source, and it gives you the response. So the webhooks, instead, are also a type of API, but they are instead event-based. So as soon as the event happens on the source side, it sends the response back to you automatically. So that's why webhooks are also being referred to as reverse APIs. And if it's still not very clear, the simple example can be automatic upload of the Instagram post to Twitter. So it's not the Twitter who requested something from Instagram. It's the Instagram where the event was triggered and it sent the response. The event in this case is the posting of the Instagram photo. So that way we got the real-time data. And this is better for reporting because we were able to see some hourly peaks in users and other metrics. So if we go to some examples of the reporting, so here it is. It is essential, of course, to keep track of active users to understand the engagement with the whole solution. Active user is the user who has stake amount greater than 0 in the chosen period. So here you can see daily, weekly, and monthly active users. Monthly active users is the yellow line, and the number of monthly active users, as you can see from the launch of the solution, is growing gradually, but then it kind of stabilized, so that means we are retaining some users. And coins. Now, when you run a game economy, it is important to keep track of the number of coins that are going into the wallet of the player versus coins that are going out of the wallet. So in the perfect game economy, this is balanced. So that means that we are giving enough coins for the users to spend. The positive balance, as you can see here on the graph, means we are giving out more coins than the users are spending, and the reason can be they simply don't know they have the coins or they don't know how to spend them. Negative balance, in this case under the 0, would mean that we are giving out not enough coins or users simply ran out of challenges and are spending more than they're getting. We also keep track of the badges. This is for marketing purposes, because as you can see here, for example, one badge here is being completed more times than the others. That means that the games inside the challenges are probably more interesting to players, so we can use the same games in other challenges to improve the engagement with other badges as well. So the solution was launched, and we, of course, had to do the analysis to evaluate the impact on the business and main KPIs. So this is one of the takeaways from analysis, which shows how we compare the 60 days pre-implementation of gamification solutions versus 60 days post-implementations. And the results showed that the total stake on game increased by 8%, and the active player days increased by 11%. Active player days are the count of players in a day that have stake amount greater than 0. So for now, this works for us. And of course, there is always a room for improvement. So now this is the end of the presentation, but this is not all, because I could not gamify this presentation itself. So we're going to do a little quiz, and 3 winners will get the rewards from Fortuna. Let me just launch it. And this is going to be in Kahoot, so you need your telephones or laptops. So you will now see the pin. You have to go to kahoot.it and enter the pin. There are a lot of you. So did everyone join who wanted to? All right, then we can start. What are the 2 most popular products by the number of active players in Fortuna? So it's sportsbook and online casino. All right, next. Congrats, Pumpkin. Fortuna Entertainment Group does not operate in what country? So it's Hungary. Yeah, we operate in Croatia. It's under the PSK brand, which I mentioned in the beginning. Again, Pumpkin. When was the term gamification first coined? Yay. Yes, it's 2002. Now it's changed to DM. True or false? The main purpose of gamification is to entertain players. Okay. polls is to motivate them to use the product. Alex is leading. Which of the following are known as gamification techniques? This is multi-select. Okay. Yes, that's all of them. Teresa is now leading. True or false, webhooks can be referred to as reverse APIs. True. True or false, example of webhooks can be auto-upload of Instagram photo to Twitter account. Yes, it's true. So the winner is Teresa. Congrats, Pumpkin and DM. You are also getting the rewards from Fortuna. They're here. You can come after the presentation and get them. Thank you. This is all from me. If you have any questions, please ask.